as Shelley told me a half an hour, not even a half an hour, she goes, you're going to go on and teach for a half an hour. Are you okay with that? I said, sure, I never know what I'm going to say anyway. People come up and say, oh, I'm excited to hear you speak. I said, me too. I have no idea what to say. I hope it's good. Because after coming out on the other side of it, it's walking and living in that free space of, here I am, God. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to speak, to teach? The greatest teachers on this planet walk through the archway of humility and curiosity. My prayers for humanity in general is, dear God, grant these people that you are blessing me to teach today to remember one or two things that will help resurrect to the front lines of how they are showing up, so that they could remember why you woke them up this morning. Dear God, when I pray in the morning, I hit my knees and say, you woke me up. You woke me up. What do you want? What's my service project for today? I've gone through the game, the finite game of life, where I spent my energy and literally punched holes in my sole purpose in life, trying to be seen, acknowledged, recognized, all of that stuff. God thumped me on the head one time and said, hey, can you take it beyond the pine box? Does it go beyond the pine box? And it was so clear to me. I literally paused. And I have that little mantra as I'm spinning my wheels in business at times, moving from my head, which energetically speaking in quantum physics, 2 inches here, 10 feet beyond, clocks several football fields long when you're in the heart space of the soul. There's no limit. There's no limit. So being seen, acknowledged, recognized, applauded, approved. As Shelley told me about a half an hour ago, said, hey, you're going to be teaching. I said, okay, great. Instantly, I went inside the castle and said, all right, God, what do you want to say? Just to set the mood, the pace for this incredible journey that these people have come all over the place to sit here, learn, go forth and serve. And I heard one word, entitlement. So I said, oh, that's a good one. There's not many people who are going to admit that one. But it's a good one because behind closed doors, the Spirit will have its way with you in spite of yourself. In spite of yourself. No matter how much you cook that meal, I deserve better. I can't believe they used that intonation with me. All of these thoughts that just rob us from that internal knowing of our soul. I can assure you, as God has gifted me with another day of life, you are always enough. You have already made it. It's just a matter of the playground. This is a playground. We are playing, people. This is back in kindergarten. There's no residue in early child. I did my postgrad in education, and when you study child psychology, all the way up through teenagers. I have 3 teenagers now. This is my son here. All the way up, when you 5 and under, there's this state of complete freedom and acute presence. Acute presence. Without the assumptions and expectations. So when you observe children in conflict with other children, they will see the situation. You can see their little eyes, just observing. So you have to do lots of hours of observing interactions, all different kinds of interactions between children, how they dealt with conflict. When you see them interacting with one another, there's a process of complete clarity. Hey, you want to play with me? No, I'm playing with Jimmy. Oh, all right. Hey, you want to play with me? Yeah, all right, let's play. Not just fretting and ruminating over and over again. I can't believe Susie didn't want to play with me. There's no ruminating. I was giving this presentation to the Colorado, or the, actually the whole, the cow industry, however you word that. Anyway, after I was giving my presentation, there we go. Thank you. I knew I could give that anymore. And with the accent too. That was perfect.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen's Association and women. So I was giving the presentation, and afterwards they said, "We love how you mentioned ruminating." And they said, "You know what ruminating means?" I said, to think a thought over and over. It said, "No, it's perfect. Because this is what you see cows doing in the field. They're chewing their cud, they swallow it, spit it back up, and they're chewing it some more, swallow it, spit it back up. How many times? Show of hands. Has anyone chewed the cud? Chew the cud. Chewing the cud. Pull yourself out. I'm chewing my cud. I talk out loud all the time because I believe very strongly in what Jesus said. Whatever you drag out into the light loses the grip. So as quickly as possible, I'll say, stop chewing the cud. Because somebody says something or their body language is off. Perhaps they're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, or sick. They call it the halt in neuro-linguistic programming. Hey, they're in the halt. Give them a break. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, sick? Anybody? Hello? When my sugar levels are low, you'll notice me getting very quiet so that the gremlin doesn't come out, as my family refers to. I'm just not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. We ruminate on unnecessary thoughts that rob us of the ability to tune into what we are capable of. Stress is simply our perception. It's a perception of outside circumstance and the power we give it to define our worth, our value, and our capability. Cool thing is, it's just a perception. Just a perception. So when the doctor told me, we're going to try to get you 5 years, because it had spread through the left side of my body, in my lymph system, they found 4 different tumors, found more on the right side, whole shebang. So from the white coat world, that wasn't a very positive expression in terms of my future. I could have given that power. How much power do you give to outside perception, to people's response? When you are in the midst of, I refer to them as dumpers, dumping stuff. Who's a dumper? Has anyone ever dumped? Or who's a dumpee? Who takes the dumping and will just stand there even when they feel it coming. I'm tired, I gotta walk away, but I'm gonna stay because I'm caught in the disease to please. So someone's dumping and you're taking it. Has anyone dumped? Come on, we got some dumpers. Has anybody been a dumpee? You pull it in, the exchange. Studies show, recent studies show, just several months ago, that when you're in the presence of complainers, people dumping their stuff, it shrinks the brain.
Wow.
It's actually the brain shrinks. Has anyone felt confused or fragmented or less intelligent after being in the presence of somebody who is dumping their information? You have the ability in quantum physics to zip up your energy field. This is a simple trick, and now that I'm telling you this, I know you're going to see me doing it. If you start to go negative on me, and you're going to say, I know what she's doing. She's guarding her energy field. But I'm going to share it with you because it's essential to know that the energy flows out this way. So if somebody's in your energy field and you haven't figured out the linguistic response in love yet, but you're going to, then simply turn your shoulder like this. You'll feel the shift. as soon as you close up shop. Pulling up the drawbridge, protecting the castle. Still speaking in love. And if there's any wisdom, dear God, is there any wisdom for this human being you'd like me to give them to guide them back to their fullest potential and remind them of what they're capable of doing? When people dump, they're looking to be rescued. It's a place of victimization. Rescue me. The worst thing that you can do for that human being is listen and agree. Oh, you do have it bad. I don't know what's going to happen to you. Use your words quickly to empower, as quickly as possible. Flip it. I trust that you have everything you need. Let's do a little bit of timeline therapy here. Let's find a piece of information that contradicts your distorted view of reality to punch holes and bring you up to the domino effect in your subconscious experience to remind you, oh my goodness, there is something that works out for you. When they say, nothing ever works out for me. Nothing? Nothing's ever worked out for you. Ever. And they'll stand back. You're a teacher when you remind people of pieces of information they are deleting, distorting, and generalizing. You are a master teacher. It's not for people to follow me. It's for me, dear God, to give another human being a piece of information that reminds them of their own greatness and definitiveness of purpose. Start each day and say something very simple. What's my service project for today? Dear God, may there be less lag time today than yesterday in my ability to hear and respond to your voice. So tell me, you woke me up. What is my service project today? Rather than the train that I was on, that was not heading in a good direction of, okay, what magazine am I calling? What interview did I have? Means nothing if you're playing the infinite game of life. Means everything if you're playing the finite game. And you can play that game. I played it. And I can assure you it's exhausting. And if you're not careful, your Earth suit will say, enough. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. So as we enter into this week, be curious and fascinated. And replace that with a sense of entitlement. Instead of feeling entitled, I deserve better, dear God, what can I do to inspire someone, encourage someone? Victimization, entitlement, there's no room on this ship to hold that. No room. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is an Earth School experience. Pass the test. Pass the test. So I will be sharing and actually doing some more concrete teaching tomorrow morning. Just wanted to set that tone. And know I'm doing the internal game too inside the castle. So we're in this together.
All right. Thank you.